Hello and welcome to Kettle and Bones, where we make really delicious, really healthy food. And you can too. Today's featured item is probably something you've seen and enjoyed in a restaurant setting many times, but it's likely not something that most people have ever thought of making at home, at least not from scratch. Which is too bad because it is loaded with nutrition and can easily be made to fit into a low-carb or keto-compliant meal plan. A universally beloved dish, both as a side item and a satisfying main course, we're making rich and creamy Caesar salad. Let's get cooking. Now, when it comes to a salad's profile of greens, Caesar salad has one of the simplest there is: romaine lettuce. That's it. Of course, that's just the traditional recipe. Make this your own with whatever fresh greens you like. I'm using one full-bodied head of romaine lettuce and tearing it by hand into pieces that are probably 1-inch lengths of the leaf. You'll end up with these sort of chevron-shaped strips of lettuce, and don't worry if you think these look way too big for an individual bite. These will be tamed and made a bit more manageable when we dress our salad. I'm tearing these into the colander of a salad spinner. That's how I'll be quickly drying our leaves of romaine. I'm giving them a quick rinse first, of course. You know, I always used to think of a salad spinner as one of those gimmicky, unnecessary pieces of kitchen equipment that you think, oh, I'll use this all the time, but then it ends up just sitting on a shelf gathering dust. I've got to tell you that this is actually handy to have around if you eat salads often. The centrifugal force caused by the spinning flings the water from the leaves, which collects it in the bottom of the bowl. It actually does save you time having to dry off a wet mass of salad greens with a kitchen towel. Plus, it's a great opportunity to hone your DJ skills.
Yo, DJ, spin that salad.
That was fun. Okay, now let's spread out the leaves on a clean, dry kitchen towel just in case there's still any moisture on them. We don't want any water droplets still clinging to our lettuce. If the lettuce is wet, the nice creamy dressing we're about to make won't coat the leaves the way it should. Speaking of dressing, let's begin. Caesar salad dressing traditionally starts with garlic and anchovies. Yes, anchovies. No, it won't taste super fishy. Yes, you can substitute Worcestershire sauce or fish sauce if you prefer. No, it won't be as good as if you just use the anchovies. Trust me, try it with the anchovies. We're going to add those to a small food processor container. I'm using the one that fits my hand blender. I'd recommend using 3 to 4 medium to large-sized cloves of garlic for a single head of romaine lettuce like we are today. My garlic cloves are on the small side, so I'm using 6. For the anchovy fillets, I'm using 5. These were canned in olive oil, by the way. Like all our recipes, this is one you need to play around with to get it right for your taste. If you're concerned about it being overly anchovy flavored, maybe use 4 fillets. Next, we're adding some salt, coarsely ground if you have it. Coarse grains of salt in here are going to help grind everything up. Same goes for a few twists of coarsely ground black pepper. Next, we're adding a dollop of Dijon mustard. This is probably about a tablespoon and a half. In addition to adding some nice vinegary, tangy, mildly spicy flavors, Dijon mustard will also help to emulsify our dressing later on. I've made this recipe before using whole grain Dijon mustard with the little mustard seeds in there, and that comes out really nice if you like a more rustic Caesar dressing. I'm adding some olive oil so there's more substance in there to be mixed. If you only have a large-sized food processor, you may want to consider doing this step by hand in a mixing bowl. We don't have a large quantity of ingredients here, and if we send them rattling around in a huge food processor or blender, they probably won't get chopped and mixed as well as they need to be. We need for this to end up with a paste-like consistency. So if you think your food processor or mixer might not work so great for this, you can use a mortar and pestle, because everyone has those. Or just take 2 forks and crush and mash this up into a powerfully pungent paste. The consistency of this looks just right. The aroma is definitely right on the money. So I'm setting this aside for a moment and moving on to our next phase. I need 2 egg yolks to start our dressing, so I'm gently lifting these and separating them from the whites. Save those egg whites in the fridge and add them to your next batch of cloud bread meringue for some additional fluff. With the whisk attachment on my hand blender, I'm going to start by breaking up the yolks a little bit. Now I'm going to mix on medium speed while very, very gradually streaming in small amounts of olive oil. The protein in the egg yolks are actually absorbing microscopic droplets of olive oil, a process known as emulsification, and it's going to combine and thicken into something resembling mayonnaise. That's basically what mayonnaise is, an emulsion of oil and egg yolk. But emulsification happens gradually. If we dumped all the oil in at once and then tried to mix it, it wouldn't happen. We would have a soupy mess. We have to stream it in a little at a time. Your patience will be rewarded with this thick, creamy olive oil mayo that is the base for our dressing. This looks like a good quantity for the amount of lettuce we have today, so let's add in our ultra flavorful garlic anchovy paste. This contains some olive oil as well, remember? Let's be sure to mix that in thoroughly to maintain our emulsion. This will also help to break up any larger than desired clumps that might have escaped the food processor. Next, I'm going to squeeze in some lemon juice. I'm starting with half of a lemon, squeezing into my hand to catch any seeds that might pop out. This is entirely based on your flavor preference, so if you taste it as you go and you need some more lemony flavor, go for it. I'm mixing in the lemon juice, and let's try a little of this on a piece of romaine lettuce. That's really good. This is the moment where if it needed it, I would add more salt, pepper, lemon juice, Dijon mustard, or even another anchovy fillet or some more garlic. But today, I think this is just right. So let's bring in our lettuce leaves, and using a silicone spatula, I'm just scraping the surface of the bowl under the leaves, lifting and turning. Yo, DJ, dress that salad, 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 salad. And because our dressing is a nice, tight emulsion, it is clinging beautifully to the bumps and ridges on the romaine leaves. Caesar salad needs the nutty, salty bite of the undisputed king of hard cheeses, Parmigiano Reggiano. I like big flakes of cheese in this kind of salad, so I'm using the slicing side of my box grater. A vegetable peeler is also really good for whittling thin strips or flakes from a block of hard cheese. And that's a very simple, very flavorful, basic Caesar salad. And especially if you're used to the bottled stuff, this will probably be the best Caesar dressing you've ever had. There's just no comparison. Let's get this served up nicely. I like just another light sprinkle of Parmesan flakes on top. Now, as you might imagine, this rich, creamy dressing is actually pretty filling, especially when you top your salad with some additional ingredients to make a complete meal out of it. Now, some of these aren't necessarily traditional in Caesar salad, but they are tasty and healthy, so let's go for it. Fresh mini Marzano tomatoes, black olives, a personal favorite of mine. Some avocado slices are really nice in here. If you are keto and you're counting your macros diligently, this is also a good way to up the fat content of this dish. Last but not least, I'm going to go with the ultimate restaurant Caesar salad upgrade, grilled shrimp. I just tossed thawed, peeled shrimp into a hot skillet with a little butter for just about 5 minutes. And then I let those cool in the fridge so they wouldn't wilt our lovely romaine leaves on contact. But you can make this your favorite topping. Chicken Caesar salad is obviously a classic, as is steak Caesar salad, another timeless classic variation. This is also great with bacon on it. Of course, that's a statement that is pretty much universally true of everything. Oh, bacon. Pork? That gives me an idea. So we are actually missing one thing that a traditional Caesar salad calls for, the croutons. In ancient times, this would be served with garlic croutons on it, so let's add a little crunch without adding any carbohydrates. Chicharrones, pork rinds, a natural fit for a savory and garlicky dish like this that just needs a little bit more crunch. Let's recap. A bowl of nutritious, fibrous, raw green lettuce, tossed in a dressing loaded with healthy fats and nutrients provided by olive oil, fish oil, and egg, topped with more of our favorite fresh foods, the crown jewel of which is our tender, grilled shrimp. Does that sound like a filling, satisfying meal? I think it does. Stay with Kettle and Bones for many, many more simple, easy, fresh, healthy variations of the foods you know, love, and crave. But for now, just enjoy your rich and creamy Caesar salad.